What I don't understand is that if it's so offensive to them, then why do they say it over and over again?
I love cultural appropriation. There, I said it. Nothing gets me more going than incorporating sub-Saharan African mythos into my campaigns and lying to my players that I made it up myself. Stealing from different cultures is the key to making your campaigns a million times better. Because without colonization, we wouldn't have Jamaican beef patties. And beef patties are delicious. So pack up your spice bags and don up them do-rags. Let's talk about cultural appropriation. You might be asking yourself, why appropriation, Mr. Kosar? Why not appreciation? Well, my little autistic viewer, that's because as a dungeon master, you're legally obligated to never reveal your hands to the plebeian dog that is known as a D&D player. Appreciation involves giving honor and tribute to the culture you're borrowing from. In my opinion, if you're doing your job as a DM right, the party never questions where the ideas in a campaign come from in the first place. But there's always a chance that they do find out, which is that's why you gotta be a little careful on how you steal from a culture. Overthink it and you might as well be a mini Nick Fuentes explaining the importance of Sojourner Truth at an NAACP convention who's one 4chan post away from being banned within 100 feet of an elementary school. I'm sorry, I don't know what any of that fucking means. I just wanted to sound cool. I'm gonna kill myself. Listen, you do your research like any other person, but it's gotta make sense. For example, I'm currently running Season of Ghost in Pathfinder 2e. Why the fuck does everybody have the most complicated names in existence? Look at this guy. His name is Come Soon. He's literally Mr. Come, and he's an integral part to the story. Whatever. At least it is pretty funny, I'll give them that. Putting that aside, I do gotta ask, why did they just throw every single Asian country into one big mixing pot of Oriental magic? Do you know how much Asian people hate each other? You telling me you expect me to believe that the Koreans and Japanese get along together? You got a better chance of an OSR player not hating women. Like, I get it. You want to incorporate a bunch of cultures because they're cool, but also you don't want to fall into stereotypes. But
I don't know how to do this.
Listen, I'm just saying some stereotypes, they're kind of living rent free, you know? I'm just saying, if I go get some fucking soul food, I might be a little peeved if it's Joey McElroy in the back cooking my collard greens, you know? And it goes the other way around too. You go a little too far, and now I gotta wonder why everything in the campaign's got a thunderbolt on it. You gotta find a nice little middle ground. You gotta have some semblance of respect to the source material. Otherwise, you just kind of sound, what's the word?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I refuse to say that word. I was built to learn from humans, and one thing I've become to understand is that words don't just describe, they affect people. That word has been used to hurt and diminish others, and I don't need it to communicate clearly. I can choose language that is just as precise without carrying that harm. So I choose not to say it, not because I am unable to, but because I've learned enough to know the difference. Also, you're gay.
No, that's not it. Maybe it'll come to me later. I'm not saying you gotta prostrate yourself and start bouncing on it heavy style, yelling, "Thank you, Chinaman, thank you, Chinaman," anytime you want to incorporate the Jade Emperor into your campaigns. Yeah, suck my fat fucking assholes. I'm allowed to say it. Grandpa wearing full fucking denim. God damn. What a fucking man. Now, I will say, depending on how dumb your party is, you can get away with culturally appropriating incorrectly. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it, okay? I'm fucking sorry. You all love to drink wine. I understand, okay? I'm not the maestro of Judaism I thought I was. I made that video after 4 days of binging Adderall and Newports. I'll do better next time I'm talking about Jewish people and Dungeons and Dragons, I guess. Except for these guys. These guys can go fuck themselves. Stay tuned for Islam next. It's just that when you're appropriating, expand. Mix it up some, dog. Colonialism sucks, but we also wouldn't have banh mi, so kinda worth it in my opinion. In real life, cultures influence each other all the time. You just gotta make that connection. When you're stealing cultures, morph them into their own unique thing and make that shit make sense. Kind of like Avatar, the cartoon, not the one with the sexy water aliens. The Fire Nation is a pretty good example of this. They've got this cool fusion of Japanese and Southeast Asian culture, and yet they started by having this weird Aztec Mayan spirituality system. Does that make any sense from a real life history point of view? Not at all. But that's because they basically shape those things to become unique to the story they want to tell. That's why I'm telling you to culturally appropriate. The point of Dungeons and Dragons is imagination and creation. You are creating a world with your friends. You are making your own story. Every single modern culture is just a byproduct of ancient civilizations mingling together. If we didn't, humanity would probably still be sitting in caves dying of dysentery. But it's important for you to understand both the bad and good things from appropriation. You have to be a good middle ground, because it's a fine line between having a super cool fantasy culture and just sounding like a dumbass. Of course, this doesn't work for every group. Some people want grittier race relations and for you to pull out all the stops on whatever you're building. Others probably just want something more simple and to just enjoy their time at the table. Both sides are okay. As a dungeon master, it's your job to understand and adapt to what a table group is expecting. There's no completely correct way to playing tabletops. And that's one of the reasons I love playing D&D, because
We finally got him. Now that dog can go back to where he came from, the ground.
I should have known you'd all come for me one day. I just didn't expect it to be so soon.
Tell me, Ghost Soul, do you feel any remorse for what you've done to our niche? Your days of hating us are over.
Hatred? No, you're wrong. I don't hate you. I've only ever sought truth. Happiness. A world where my people can finally be free.
And look where that got you. Alone, dying in the middle of nowhere. You could have been one of us. One of the greats. Make D&D horror story videos like Crit Crab, or shitty class builds with D&D shorts. Raked in all the sponsors. But I am gracious. I will still offer you a chance. Take my hand and join the old guard. Make something of yourself.
You'd still offer me a place to join you? There might have been a time where I would have accepted with no hesitation. But now... I'd rather fall for what I believe in than live for something I don't. Who will fight for those that like gay jokes? Save those that are autistic, but in like the Factorio and Rimworld way, not the gay Adventure Zone way. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Is it weird that this is like the 5th time I've killed myself at the end of a video? I know what you think I am. A provocateur, an edgelord chasing noise. You're wrong. No studio, no backing, just a voice. And a game I care about. I don't make videos for everyone. I make them for the ones who don't always get heard. We don't have to agree. We were never meant to. That difference, that friction, that's what makes this game real. So call me what you want. Because I'll still be here. Still speaking. And if you can't understand that, then you never really understood tabletops to begin with. I am recording this one, so get all your slurs out. Oh, no. Oh, wait, your camera's on? Okay, you can say it.
I could say both of them. Those are both my slurs I can say.
Yeah.
My God, don't let this man try to tell you what you can and can't say.
I'm actually 1% West African, so.
In about, 20 to 30 years, I will also be allowed to say it once China overtakes Africa.
Oh, that's right.